Donald Trump's aides are vetting potential vice presidential candidates at Mar-a-Lago as the former president floats an expansive list of names in private conversations. Susie Wiles, a top advisor to Trump, is leading a close-to-the-vest process of narrowing a list of around a dozen lawmakers and other Republican personalities under consideration, according to multiple people familiar with the process. The campaign has already hired an outside firm to vet candidates and prepare research documents. Former First Lady Melania Trump, who influenced Trump's decision to select Mike Pence in 2016, has been kept apprised. And Trump's son Donald Trump Jr. said he speaks with his father frequently about who is in contention. While who is up or down seemingly changes by the minute, the list has included everyone from Tim Scott and Kristi Noem to Byron Donalds, Elise Stefanik, Tulsi Gabbard, and J.D. Vance, whom Trump has called a fighter. Trump, despite saying he doesn't think the vice president matters all that much, regularly asks guests at his Mar-a-Lago club for their opinion on different options and, with a flair for suspense, teases his choices in private meetings and media interviews. The process is expected to take months. He's going to draw this out apprentice style, said one person close to the Trump campaign who was granted anonymity to speak freely. The former president has said his top criterion is picking someone who is going to be a good president, in case of emergency. But Trump is also sensitive to electoral needs, and part of the consideration is having someone who can help expand his appeal in November. The names under consideration continue to be in flux, according to multiple people familiar with the list, who describe it as being in pencil, not pen. But it includes Senators Scott of South Carolina, Vance of Ohio, Katie Britt of Alabama and Marco Rubio of Florida, as well as governors. Noem of South Dakota, Sarah Huckabee Sanders of Arkansas and Doug Burgum of North Dakota. Donalds, the Florida representative, and Gabbard, the former Hawaii representative, among others, are also being considered or have been floated by Trump. Trump seems to relish the guessing game, which has been going on since he announced his third White House bid in November 2022, but has intensified since he clinched the nomination in March. During one private meeting several weeks ago in Palm Beach, Florida, he went down the list of possible running mates with visitors, including one member of Congress, offering commentary on each. He spoke highly of Stefanik and Gabbard, according to a person with knowledge of the conversation and granted anonymity to speak freely. And he was dismissive of Scott, suggesting the senator may not be up to the job of being president, if needed. Still, in a sign of his vacillation, Trump spoke positively about Scott as recently as last week, according to a person familiar with a private conversation with the former president. A spokesperson for Scott declined to comment. "He'll ask you about people," Senator Tommy Tuberville, Republican Alabama, said in an interview. The senator cautioned that those names being promoted by Trump allies or political consultants should be treated skeptically. "All I can tell you is, if you're hearing any names, it ain't going to be them. It's all propaganda."